Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel, welcome back to another episode. And first of all, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. Sending so much love to everyone in the community on this channel. Whether you're new to my page or whether you're a subscriber already, I'm sending lots of love to you all. This video is going to be focused on getting through this time for those that find Christmas hard. There's a lot of people out there for various reasons that find Christmas, Boxing Day, the Betwixtmas, the bit between Christmas and New Year's and the start of the year really, really hard for lots of different reasons. I'm going to try and capture and cover a lot of things in this video. First of all, why you might find it difficult. Obviously, you know your own lives much better than I do, but I'm going to go through some of the things that can be challenging at this time of year, and also really importantly ways that you can kind of try and get through, that you can support your own mental health, that you can also feel that it's not just you and not being alone, because I think what's very hard this time of year is that it is seen as a time of year that brings people together, but it can be really, really isolating. So those things we're going to cover. Make sure if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel, hit a like and comment. It helps the channel grow, which is brilliant, obviously, for what we want to achieve. I want to reach as many people as possible. I make this content on YouTube because I'm passionate. It is a passion project. So yes, please do hit the like button, subscribe, and all those bits and pieces. Now, I'm recording this video from Wales. I am in my parents' house in West Wales. You might or might not have seen the finished cottages which have been done, which I'm really pleased about. So depending on when you're seeing this video, if you are interested in kind of renovations and stuff, then that is over there in another video. But as I say, this video is really focusing on getting through this time. I've recorded this during that Christmas period. It's very much, I wanted to be in amongst it to really get my head into this time and how hard it can be for people. So let's kick off and get on with it straight away. So my name is Dr. Alex George. I'm a mental health ambassador for this country, and my passion is about improving people's mental health. That is what I care about. My life mission is making mental health matter. So why can it be hard this time of year? Well, to be honest, it might rock this camera a little bit because I have got it precariously stuck at the end of my bed. This is my bedroom in Wales. It can be a really hard time of year for lots of people. I think one of the biggest things is loneliness. So there's this common misconception that loneliness is for old people. Okay, just elderly people are lonely. Actually, we know from surveys by Mind and other charities and organisations that the youngest generation are the loneliness. You think, well, loneliness, well, why? Why is that? Well, there's this idea that because we've got smartphones and social media, that makes us really connected. In some ways, it can be great, but it can also make you feel really disconnected. In a way, social media gives us an incredible hyper connection online, but in the same token and by the same token, we have this real disconnect in real life. So essentially what that means is that you can be on your phone, scrolling through Instagram or TikTok, and you're seeing lots of people, but you're not really connecting to those people, are you? I mean, fine, if you're chatting to friends or whatever it might be, that's an element of connection, but how much time do we actually spend communicating with our loved ones versus scrolling through and seeing videos of Andrew Tate or whoever it is online? I think it's probably heavily outnumbered. So people are feeling very alone in real life. And I think a big problem as well is that when you think about loneliness, loneliness is the mismatch between either the expected quality and quantity of social interactions and what you're receiving. So what that really means is, like, are you getting the amount of social interactions in amount, or in the quality of time you're spending with the people you want to spend time with? And the reason that's important is because you can be sat in a crowded room and feel alone. So you're not getting your quality. It's not a judgment on other people, but it's not getting what you need to satisfy your sense of connectedness. Or you find that you're having some element of connection with people, but are not having enough. And the problem with Christmas is, unless you have a great family support structure, great people around you that you truly connect with, you can feel really alone. So effectively, it's not just about being alone at Christmas and on your own, but you can be in a house with other people and feel lonely. So I think it's really important, and the reason I want to bring up loneliness first is I don't want people to be sat there and think it's just me. It's not just you. Okay, I felt very lonely in the past at Christmas time. It's a little bit better this year. I think some of the things that have happened have brought me closer together with the people around me, but I certainly have experienced loneliness, and there's great periods of time in my life where I can say I have felt really lonely. So please don't feel alone and know that it goes away. Some top tips I can give you for loneliness: First of all is accepting and realizing that you're not the only one that's lonely. There's a great deal of comfort in that. Second of all, look for other ways to engage your mind. So often when we're feeling lonely, we're kind of engaging with that thought process, oh gosh, I'm alone, I'm not with people. Instead, use that energy and put it into things like creativity. I've started, art has been a great therapy for my ADHD and for feeling connected. There's something about creativity, whether that's music or art, whatever it is, learning, that makes us feel mentally engaged. It's absolutely incredible for improving our sense of belonging. So that's a huge one. Exercise, we know, really, really helps. And the reason exercise helps with loneliness is because it's learning to connect with yourself. So you've got to remember the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with is yourself. You can spend the most time in the world with yourself, and you can be your own best friend. When you go for a run, you go to the gym, you are really investing with your inner self. So it's not just about the endorphins and blood flow and those kind of things that benefit, but you are on a spiritual level, on a deeper level. You are spending time with yourself. So when I went to the gym last night, I was training for an hour, and I thought, you know what, it's so nice to spend an hour with myself doing something that I enjoy or that I know is working on the inner me. And that's a really important life hack to use in terms of loneliness. The other things are, and one of the biggest things I can say, and I go on and on about this, number 4, kindness. Being kind to other people is probably the best thing to help yourself. And by being kind, it can be smiling at people in the street, go and buy a coffee and say hello to someone in the coffee shop, start a conversation with a stranger. You can go all the way to going to support a local food bank, or anything that gives to other people. It's just incredible. Another great one as well is think about ways that you can connect with old friends. So just remember the start I said about you're not alone, feeling lonely. What if there are friends in your group, or even friends you haven't spoken to for a long time, that feel the same way as you? They might look happy and smiling on social media, but they may well be very alone. Why not give an old friend a call? I've done it a few times in the last couple of months, and I've really been, oh gosh, can I be bothered? I pick up the phone and I have a chat with them, and do you know what? I have never regretted the phone call. I've always come off and go, do you know, I'm really glad that I caught up with that friend. I'm so glad. I feel better for it. But do you know what? Let's think of the kindness. It's helped them. So give those tips a go. The next big one I want to cover, and it's a very personal one for me, but I am absolutely certain I'm not the only one, is grief. I lost my brother to suicide over 2 years ago. It's even hard to say now. Over 2 years ago, and this is now our second Christmas without him. And it is unimaginable, actually, to try and spend time without him at Christmas. We have a physical seat that's empty at the dinner table, and it's changed our lives forever, and it's changed our Christmases forever. It will never be the same. It's hard because Elliot, my brother's also started a new job. He's in Germany working out there in the air bases, so he's not home at Christmas. So it's just me, my mum and my dad, and of course the boys, Rolo and Paddington, the 2 dogs. But it is really tough. Grief is hard at Christmas because it's the time of year that you think, oh, this is about joy and celebration, but my loved one isn't here. Where is my loved one? They're not here. It's hard. It's really, really hard. So I really want to make that point that grief at this time of year is probably going to hit you. Even if you don't think it will, it's probably going to hit you at some point. It might be at Christmas dinner. It might be looking over the dinner table, that empty seat. It might be getting up in the morning and having memories of childhood. And what I'd say to you, and I've learned this so much from my therapy, is don't diminish those feelings. Don't try and cancel those feelings. Those feelings are valid, they're important, and don't push them down. So when I feel at Christmas, oh gosh, Leah should be here, or Nan should be here, I let those feelings come up, and I acknowledge them, and I sit with them a little bit, like almost physically sit with your feelings, and go, do you know what? It is sad that Leah isn't here. I miss you. I love you. And you find that by doing that, it helps not only those feelings settle, but you feel validated in yourself. Because do you know what? It's okay to miss people you love at Christmas. It's okay if you cry. It's okay if you're sad. It's okay if you want to have a moment. All of that is okay. And guys, I'm talking to you as well, because I think guys a lot of the time, like my dad, he doesn't want to maybe show that he feels sad about these things, but it's very important that you do. It's absolutely okay. I miss my brother. I miss him terribly. He's 10 years and 4 days younger than me. I look forward to Christmas because it was treating him. He's my younger brother. I'm the big brother. I look after him. I treat him. I give him gifts at Christmas. And that is taken away from me. One of the things I am lucky for is that I've got my goddaughter Cara, who I'm able to treat. And she's so little now, it's her first Christmas. But it's an amazing thing. So I say, almost like with the loneliness, to deal with it first of all is acceptance. allow the feelings to be there, acknowledge those feelings, and if you can, talk about them if you need to talk to other people about. And then I think the rest of those is try and put your energy into something positive. So when you're feeling sad, go, okay, do you know what? I'm going to spend a bit of the time today thinking about that person, but I'm also going to go and enjoy a new film, or I'm going to sit and play board games. I'm going to do something creative. Engage your energy into things that are positive, and you'll find it really, really helps with dealing with what is a difficult time of the year. Third topic I want to talk about is alcohol. And this is my first Christmas sober. It's my first sober Christmas, and actually so far I found it fine, but there have been a few times actually. Yesterday I was thinking about Christmas Eve. So usually I'd meet my friends today that live locally. We'd go to the pub, we'd have some beers. Now, as it turned out, they're not very well. They've all kind of under the weather. There's so much going around at the moment. So we said, look, we won't do today. But, I know that going there, like, oh God, it would have been nice to have a drink, have a beer. But actually, I think about the positives. I'm the freshest I've ever felt at Christmas time. I know that tonight I can kind of take it all in, feel the good, the sad, the in-between. I know that I can kind of get the most out tomorrow. I'm looking forward to going for a Christmas walk. So what I would say is whenever I think about alcohol and think, oh gosh, this is not so easy at the moment, think about the positive. Always spin the negative to the positive. So, okay, I couldn't have a few beers at the pub with my friends, but I could have non-alcoholic beers. That's a definite positive. I can drive there and back. That's a definite positive at Christmas, not dragging my parents out. And I'm going to feel so fresh afterwards. I can go for a Christmas walk and really enjoy it. So try and look for the positives. Spin it round and look at those positives. There are always some. So what about moving forward then? Because I think the fourth topic I want to talk about is that kind of, and I said about in between, Christmas, Boxing Day, New Year's, and into January, it's a time we do a lot of reflection. And what I would say is really, really important, and big piece of advice I would give, is be careful that your reflection doesn't become self-criticism constantly, or self-beating, being like, oh gosh, I'm terrible, I didn't achieve this year, that year. The first thing you should do when you reflect on the year that you've had is, and I want you to do this, you can get pen and paper or get your tablet, whatever it might be, write down all the things that you achieved this year. What did you achieve? Big and small things. It could literally be like, I learned to ride my bike, or I did my first ever swimming lesson, or like I went to play tennis this year a couple of times. I don't care how big or small it is. It might be I finished my degree. I don't care. Big and small, write down everything that you've done that you're proud of, and spend time reflecting those things, because that will give you the energy moving forward that next year. Then it's fine to reflect and go, do you know what? I didn't get to do this. A really good example is I really, 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 really wanted to learn, and I say learn, I know it takes a long time, to play the piano this year. It hasn't happened. I've started, it hasn't happened. And I could be really annoyed with myself, and that was one of my biggest goals, and it was. I really want to learn the piano, but I've taken some steps in the positive direction. And do you know what? I did achieve a lot of my other goals. And now moving into this year, that does remain still a goal. And I'm okay that I haven't done it all, because it's boring if you finish and complete everything, isn't it? Life's a work in progress. So I'm looking forward to work at that in the next year. And I'm excited to do it. So what I'd say is, when you're reflecting, try and make sure you give yourself a pat on the back, and you're kind to yourself, you're compassionate, and look forward into the future with achievable goals. Don't go, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire this year or whatever. If that's really one you want to aim at, then fine. But I think focusing on wholesome goals, things that are genuinely good for you inside, are the things that really matter. So start small, build up, have maybe one big goal, one big thing to achieve. So I really want to I won't finish the degree this year, but I want to make sure I'm doing good and I've done half the degree by the end of this year, and that's well underway. That's a big goal for me, because it will really help my policy work and mental health work. But my individual goals, my little goals, is I really want to start learning the piano. I really want to make a progress into that. I really want to this year go on as many different stomps, hikes and adventures, both in the UK and abroad, as I can. Those are my kind of, I guess, main goals. That's what I'd like to achieve. So when you're in this time, the important thing is self-reflection, but be kind and look forward with positive ideas and ways that you can benefit in your life. Don't start with, I'm going to strip all the calories away, I'm going to completely stop eating any food and all these things. Focus on things that would genuinely bring you happiness. Guys, I think those are the main things I wanted to cover in this video. I don't want to throw too much at you. I hope this has kind of been helpful and useful. I'm really enjoying making the YouTube. I really love doing it. It's something I really want to keep up. So please, if you can support the channel, hit like, subscribe, do all those things. It really does help me build and grow, because the way YouTube works now is that for me to reach people, I need people to actively engage. So please do that. It really does help. And if you really want to get some inspiration as well and good habits around the new year and going into the new year, my book Live Well Every Day, my children's book A Better Day, and the Stompcast, my podcast, can be all very good friends to you in this time. Whatever you're going to do, is lots of love from me, whether it's a good Christmas, a difficult Christmas, or in between. Loads of love, and I wish you well. See you soon, guys.